Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2021 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So we'll start with that. Okay. So we have Libra, so that's your fifth house of romance, creativity, and children. We're going to have Mercury retrograde in Libra in September. Venus will be there for about the first week and a half, and in the middle of the month, Mars will move in there, so definitely going to be a lot going on in Libra. And then, of course, at the very end of September, we'll have the Sun move there too. We have the Moon, so definitely pay some attention to the lunar cycles this month. And we have 1, so first house, so could just be saying you have a lot of focus on yourselves this month. Aries is the natural ruler of that, but yeah, not much going on there astrologically speaking, but keep those in mind as we go through the spread. Alright, in the main situation position we have the 9 of Wands, so this is Sagittarius energy here, which is your opposite sign, and that points to relationships, partnerships in general, contracts. But here we do see a very guarded energy, so it could just be saying that, you might have come to a bit of a halt in a connection. Because if we think about the 8 of Wands energy, it's very free-flowing, and then here it looks like everything's come to a stop, right? Might have been some, some harsh communication as well, because it looks like he has that bandage on his head, his facial expression, he definitely looks a bit guarded. So it could just be saying that, maybe you're getting to a point in a partnership where you feel like it's kind of towards the end, but I feel like you're not quite ready to leave it behind at this time, but you just might feel a bit drained by the connection as well. So I guess it could be any area of life. Could think romantic relationship just because it's 7th house, but it could be any area of life, friendships, family, you name it. All right, and in the challenger obstacle position, we have the 10 of Swords, so Gemini energy, and the Page of Swords. So with these two cards coming up in the challenger obstacle position, it could just be saying that the key to actually ending this cycle would actually be to communicate around it. And I will say, if this is something, of course, that's already off the rails, the Mercury retrograde could be helpful for remedying the situation, whereas if it's something that's occurring that's brand new, it might just be the retrograde that's bringing that on. So depending on your situation, just keep that in mind. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Sun. So definitely a light, playful energy here too. So yeah, I feel for a lot of you, this is saying that, the key to moving the stagnant energy might be with communication. Because if we think about, like I said, with that 10 of Swords energy, quite dark. And then underneath that, we see a much more bright, sunny atmosphere. 9 of Wands is a pretty stuck energy too. So I feel like it could just be saying that, with some communication, that could help. And Libra is a pretty diplomatic sign too, so all the energy that'll be going through Libra might actually help you guys out with that. All right, in the past position, we have the 6 of Cups, Scorpio energy, the Devil, which is Capricorn energy, Queen of Swords, Libra energy, and the World. So usually I view this as North Node and Saturn energy. Could just be saying that in the past you might have actually reconnected with someone. Could have been a karmic connection in that regard. And it looks like it's saying that the karma between the two of you might have been cleared up with that Queen of Swords energy. And now we see the World representing the successful completion of that. So that's what I'm seeing primarily there. For some of you, this could have been around a work situation too, because for you guys, Scorpio is your 6th house of work, daily routine. Devil, Capricorn energy, natural rulers of the 10th house. So I could see that going either way. You might have gone back to a previous career path that you guys might have moved away from, possibly something you did when you were a lot younger, reconnected with it, and now, I feel like you might have had some success around that too. So could go either way with that. All right, in the present position, we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy, and the 2 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. So looking at these two energies together, could just be saying that maybe you still have a traditional job, let's say, and with that Six of Wands, maybe that's more, Six of Cups, maybe that's more of a creative thing that you guys used to do when you were younger that you're now turning into an actual reliable, steady source of income. So now you could just be on the fence as far as, okay, do you want to maintain both jobs, or could you possibly just leave one behind, right? So maybe that's what you guys are looking at right now. And then as far as the timeline goes, this could just be saying that as we first start Virgo season, that might be when the thought starts to cross your mind, where you start to think, okay, maybe you're thinking, all right, getting quite a bit of a financial increase doing this side gig, right? Do I want to leave this behind? Especially if that's representing that Nine of Wands energy where you just feel like you're in a career path where you've just been, a bit worn down. So I could certainly see that being the situation that you guys could be in, and trying to see if anything else comes to mind with this. And for some of you, this could be around investments as well. So, maybe you have had an increase in finances, and now you're thinking about possibly investing the extra money you have somewhere too. All right. In the near future position, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So this is actually the court card for Gemini. And this tends to come out a lot when there's a Mercury retrograde cycle in my readings, but usually it is in the upright, which makes sense because you think about the horse moving toward the past position in the spread, and then the retrograde would kind of symbolize that too. So it's interesting. This is the second reading that came out in reverse this month, but I feel like what it's saying more than anything for you guys is you're not quite ready to move yet. So that's what I see more than anything. Like I said, it looks like this Nine of Wands energy definitely seems to be a bit of a stuck energy. Ten of Swords as well, and then even the Eight of Pentacles, even though it's definitely a much more productive energy, it's still also very much kind of digging your feet in and focused energy too. So I feel like this is saying you guys won't quite be ready to make any moves just yet, but you might have something going on behind the scenes at the very least. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Queen of Wands. So this is Aries energy here, and it's cardinal energy ruled by Mars, but at the same time, we see the feminine aspect of that, right? So it could be like a push-pull you guys have going, where there's the desire to take action, but you might also be trying to stay back and be a bit more receptive. So could just be feeling a bit of a push-pull dynamic as far as that goes. And also, for you guys, Aries is your 11th house, so this could just be saying that you might be putting a lot of focus on your friendships, possibly even just general hopes and wishes, because that's another thing that the 11th house represents too. So you could just have a lot of ideas going on in your minds, but maybe not taking full action on them just yet. All right, in the environment position, we have the Three of Wands, so more Aries energy here too. So for some of you, it could just be waiting for the rewards to come in. So maybe you already have put in the work, right? That could be what that Nine of Wands is pointing to, Eight of Pentacles. So you might feel like you've put in the correct amount of work to this point, but now you're just waiting to see that actually reflected back to you. And for some of you, this could just be saying that there could be some significant shifts around the Aries full moon, which will be happening in Libra season. So that would be, of course, in October. So, it could just be saying you might have to be a bit more patient, especially if you are in that Three of Wands energy, which is more of the energy as opposed to going out, pursuing things, letting things come to you. Could just be saying that, you might actually have to wait until October to see that come your way. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have quite a few cards. We have the Hermit, Virgo energy, Eight of Wands, Sag energy, Four of Wands, Aries, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Ten of Cups. So a whole lot going on there. With the Hermit energy, this could just be saying that you're a bit more introspective and keeping to yourselves, which I was kind of feeling there. Like I was saying, it feels like a bit of a stuck energy where you're not quite ready to jump out and do anything, which, Virgo transits for you guys, that is your 4th house. That's very much about home. But with that Eight of Wands, I feel like this is actually hoping for movement at some point, right? But with the Eight of Wands as opposed to the Nine of Wands. So I feel like you're hoping for free-flowing energy, some stability. With the Ace of Wands, could just be saying possibly around career and also with love. So it looks like you guys are definitely ready for some fresh energy to come in. And actually, as I said, fresh energy, I think that might have actually been the title of your reading for last month. But that's what I'm kind of seeing there. Now, this Ten of Cups, we do tend to think about, love and family just from the artwork, but for you guys in particular, this actually represents career too. So you just might be looking for some fresh starts around career and relationships, or at least one of those two. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Four of Cups. So Cancer energy here, and we see, another kind of a stuck energy. So it looks like whatever's on offer for you guys this month, you might not really be too eager to jump at those offers. We mentioned some of those dynamics already, so I don't want to repeat it again. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing there. It looks like whatever you're hoping for this month, it might not be coming your way. And then seeing this makes me think back to what I was saying with that Three of Wands. Could just be saying that if you're a bit more patient and wait until we get through Libra season, particularly right around the middle of Libra season, you might actually see that improvement when we have that Aries full moon. So something to keep in mind there. At the bottom of the deck, we have Wheel of Fortune. So this is actually Jupiter energy here, and Jupiter's retrograde now in your 9th house. So you could just be looking at things from a different perspective too. So possibly having some shifts around your philosophies with certain things, and that could be why you're not too eager to just jump into things as well. Because it could just be saying you're in that evaluation phase, which would make sense seeing a Hermit there too. And I will say this could just be saying that things are on the upswing though, but again, it might just require a little bit more patience. And the good thing is beneath that too, we see the Justice card. So yeah, to me, this is another indicator that there's going to be some significance with Libra season for you guys. And I mean, like I said, there's going to be a ton of energy in Libra. We also saw Libra come up in your dice. So either these Libra transits are going to kick something off, or actual Libra season itself is going to be what changes things. And then interestingly enough, we see the moon too. And like I was saying, that Aries full moon might have some significance for you guys. So keeping a lookout for that. Like I said, that will be in October, but you might at least see some signs of these things in September. But you might actually see them more tangibly in your reality when we get into Libra season. Which, like I said, would make sense too with the retrograde in Libra. So, you might have things, the initial discussions around things, but then they might not be solidified until that retrograde clears up. All right, moving on to your Oracle card, we have Yin. There's the artwork and the numbers too. Okay, so it says the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. So yeah, gathering information and taking in cues, that kind of makes me think about what I was talking about, that Knight of Swords energy in reverse, where let's say you guys aren't really jumping at anything, and even the Three of Wands to a certain extent. The Oracle's message says, this is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. So, pretty positive message there, and that actually made me think of what I was talking about with this energy too, where that's that cardinal Aries Mars energy, right? But also we see the feminine representation there. So could just be that mix that you guys have going, where it's saying, doesn't necessarily mean resting, but taking some action, but also being open to let things flow to you. So hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says, let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in small gestures, self-awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will be pleasantly surprised. So definitely an interesting message there. Like I said, I didn't get a huge relationship vibe with this, but at the same time, that Three of Wands makes me think of that message there where it says, just allow them to present themselves to you and be willing to be pleasantly surprised as well. Like I said, though, I still feel like there might be a little bit of a need for patience with that, but looks like at the very least by Libra season, you might see things kick off. But again, like I said, all the other things moving through Libra, that's your fifth house. You might actually see an uptick around romance in general. We will do the love readings next week, so you can check that out too. And the prosperity message says this is a time when the most effective action is to allow others to show you the way forward. Observe their behavior and follow their lead. Your desire to push through must take a back seat for now. Collaborate and offer your ideas rather than dictating what must happen. Let others come to you. It's important that they feel they have power now. Another meaning is about releasing your need to have things in the form you want. How do you want to feel? Basking in your success. Now allow the universe to show you the form. Yin is the sign of essence. Things may go more smoothly than you expect. So, pretty positive message there as well. And definitely interesting where it talked about, it's important that they feel they have the power now, because like I said, that's that Aries energy, but we see the more feminine side of that. So even if that is more your speed to tend to take the lead in situations, could just be saying to try to, ease off that for this month anyway. So if it ever resonated with you. And lastly, we have a Mudra card for you guys. So this is your Mudra here. It's the Bhramara Mudra, and the keyword for it is harmony. All right. And let's see, get that to focus. All right, yeah, there we go. So if you want to pause it or take a screenshot, you can. But it says improves the health of the lungs and large intestine, balances the immune system, particularly in the cases of immune overreaction, reduces allergic reaction to food and pollen, soothes cough and irritated lungs. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I will put the name of it in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.